Hey guys, Andrew here, pro staff with Vance Outdoors. And today we're gonna go over some of my gear and how I kind of set up for early season to mid to late season. Early season, when I'm running around on the public land, I run around with a saddle, platform, and sticks. I keep it simple, and I have everything organized in the tethered saddle. I organize it in a manner that kind of is repeatable, and so when I'm going up, everything's in the same spot, and when I'm coming down, everything's in the same spot. My lineman belt, I just keep girth hitched, so it just goes on my left hip at all times. Also in my left hip, I have my bow rope, and that always goes in and out of that left pocket. In the right pocket, I run my bridge and my hiss strap. If I'm not putting it in the pocket for some reason, I'll throw it in my right cargo pocket. But it's always on my right side having those items in that manner. I use a platform that just has a belt clip on it. So as I'm getting to the tree or whatnot, or as I'm going into the hunting area, I just have it clipped on the back of my saddle, making it super convenient, and I can go in and out that way. My bow will be in my left hand and my sticks are on the right. I just do everything in a repeatable setup, just so every time I'm going to a new place or going in the dark or coming out, it's just in the same manner, so I also know I haven't lost anything. It just keeps everything tidy and convenient. If I need layers in early season, the nice thing about my saddle is it has the shoulder straps. I can just, through those shoulder straps, I can loop a vest or just an insulative layer because I'm not running around with a backpack during those times. So primarily 80% of the time I'm running around with a saddle and a platform. My honey hole locations, where it's kind of, I consider those my A spots, where I'm only going into there when all the conditions, all the weather conditions are perfect. That's when I'll have a pre-hung platform stand. And I like those in my A spots because yes, I'm quiet and super organized and fast with a saddle and platform, but having a hang on with pre-hung sticks, you do get a little bit of simplicity with that because you can run in with a backpack and your bow, real quiet, go straight to that spot, go up. There's no setup. You can get up in the tree much, much quicker that way. And so having that set up in that manner for my A spots is just, that's my go-to. Now that we've gone over my setups on how I hunt the locations, we'll go over kind of how my layering system and how my gear changes through the season. Early season, I'm just wearing a base layer and whatever pair of pants. Especially if I'm saddle hunting, I'll wear a pair of pants that has knee pads built in. I don't like adding knee pads to the outside of my pants. It's just cumbersome and they just never seem to work. So I just choose a pair of pants that have knee pads already in it, and that just makes it a lot more comfortable for me. Early season, the one additional clothing item that I usually bring, and this can get me down comfortably into like the low 60s, upper 50s, it's just a windstopper vest. And it's nice and convenient because A, it's light, and then B, it just goes to those shoulder straps extremely easy on my saddle. As we start getting into cooler temperatures, that's when my base layers and my vest stays the same, but then I start adding additional layers. The next layer is just some mid layer or a thermal layer, and this is just like a heavyweight zip up. You can find, some guys will use a sweatshirt. I stay away from the cotton, but it's just some sort of insulative middle layer is what you're looking for. That being said, I will also add a mid layer or a next to skin layer to my pants. And I just choose a zip off pair because usually it's really cold in the morning. And then I just don't like taking my boots off. And now that they have different pairs of like long underwear that you can just zip off, it makes it easy as the day warms up, and it's just really convenient in that way. So I'll add 2 middle layers, something just insulative. Now that we're getting down 40s in extreme late season where we're past the rut, didn't strike when the iron was hot. We're going into late November, December now. Now you're getting into some of the colder temperatures. And one outer layer that I usually add to that is a form of like a down jacket. Yes, a lot of people say the down can be noisy and whatnot, and so they're choosing like a Berber fleece or anything like that. But either way, the down jacket works for me because I'm running around on public land, so I still need it to be light and convenient. I need to be able to take on and off layers because I'm building up heat as I'm walking, sometimes up to 1.5 miles in some of these locations. So I prefer the down jacket because of the weight. Yes, you have those Berber outerwears that are extremely warm. They're very convenient, but they're bulky and they don't pack very well. As we get into the later season and we're adding layers, that's when I switch and I start carrying a backpack. This is a convenient way for me to store all my layers. And it's also at that point, usually you have more items. You'll have like your grunt tubes because you've gotten to later season, or you're in the rut. You have some odor control. So it's easier just to carry all that in a backpack at that point. Early season, I run super lightweight with just a saddle. As the season progresses, when I'm adding the layers, that's when I switch to a backpack. And I can keep everything, again, organized and conveniently placed in that. Hopefully seeing my saddle and my hang-on setup, and then also seeing my layering system as I transition into the colder months helps you out. If you have any more questions, comment down below. We'll have some interaction and hopefully we can get you set up and organized. Thanks for watching.